All right, I got my questions pulled up here. Let's jump into the first one. Coming from Colton McDaniel. Colton asks, I'm just confused a little bit. What would I do as an offer publisher? All right, we're starting at the basics. What would Colton do? What would you do as an offer publisher? Well, it's pretty simple, and I want to use an analogy of a music label. All right, as you guys know what a music label is, you normally what a music label will do is they will go out, they will find talent. I mean, back in the day, they would be going to old pubs and bars, and they'd have to send these agents out to these hole-in-the-wall places, and they would manually search for these artists and singers and songwriters, and they would find somebody who had some momentum, was maybe filling up some shows or doing things locally. They had the talent to sing, but they didn't necessarily have the talent to promote themselves, and they'd go to them and they'd say, hey, we'll handle all of the promotion, we'll handle paying for the studio, we'll handle the production, we'll handle getting your concerts covered, your merch, all of that. All you have to do is sing, which these artists and songwriters and musicians wanted to do. And so they would sign these contracts where the music label would take a certain percentage of whatever that artist made in return for sometimes giving them a loan up front or just strategically helping them promote their music and put it together. All right, you see how the model works? And so offer publishing is very similar to that. What we are doing is, as marketers or as freelancers or just anyone who enjoys doing anything with marketing, we are going, instead of to artists and songwriters like the music labels do, we will go after creators. Now, this could look like somebody who is on Facebook. It could be someone on Instagram, somebody on TikTok. Sometimes it's a newsletter owner, right? Twitter, doesn't matter. All we're looking for is someone with an audience, because what we want to do as offer publishers, we want the creator, of course, but we may also want their audience. And so as an offer publisher, the first thing we'll be doing is looking for these creators. Now, we don't necessarily go after celebrities and people with millions of followers, although we do have people in our program with that actually are signing deals with creators with millions of followers just weeks after joining our program. But I suggest that if you're starting out as an offer publisher, Colton, that you should be going after somebody with at least 10,000 active people in their audience. I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, email list. All I want to know is, are there 10,000 people at least in that audience? Because if I know that, then I know I can monetize that audience effectively. So what we'll do is we'll go to the creator, we'll say, hey, you be the face, right? Just like the singer, songwriter, hey, you write, you sing, you do that. So we go to the creator and we say, hey, you be the face, you create the products, you serve your audience, and we'll handle the marketing, and we're going to create a digital info offer. And the creators are actually really down to do this because they understand that the digital info offer economy is worth over $150 billion. I saw another report where it said 250 billion, but just to be conservative, let's just say it's $150 billion. That's still a ton. And these creators are seeing celebrities partnering with masterclass.com, that one specifically, and I'm sure there's some other ones, Skillshare, other things like that, to sell digital offers on different topics, and they see that people are buying them. Like, I think Masterclass is worth over $4 billion, if I'm getting that number right. And so these micro creators with 10,000 to a million, couple of million followers who aren't big enough for masterclass.com, they want their own digital offers. So we go to them and we say, hey, you be the face of the digital offer, you have the audience, we'll handle the marketing. So that usually looks like, building out their funnels. Everything you'd be doing as a marketing agency, as a copywriter, is what you'd be doing for this. And so we would go to them, we would suggest some products that they could create, and then we would launch it to their organic audience and then get a cut of that. And the reason why I love this model so much is, number one, we don't have to be the face of it, so we don't have to coach. We don't have to do sales calls. We don't have to create our own product. We don't need to necessarily be an expert to make this work. Whereas if you were doing your own coaching program, you need some life experience. You would have to do that. Or, you obviously would have to sell people in your program and then coach them. And then the other benefit of this, which I think is the best part, is the fact that you don't have to work with clients anymore. Because one creator partner can actually be worth more than 50 clients, which we'll talk about later, because you are now have ownership. You are now getting, equity and ownership in that deal, and there's no one telling you what to do, right? You are in control. And so again, we'd find the creator with the audience, we'd come up with an idea of a product, we'd launch that audience, and then after like 7 or 14 days after signing them, we would run a launch to the organic audience to monetize as fast as possible so that we can put cash in our pocket. So what you'd be doing as an offer publisher is essentially partnering with creators architecting or coming with ideas for products that you could launch to their audience, which most of the time you can just look at what your competitors are doing and do something similar, and then you would be getting a cut of that. And then the best part, another good part, there's a lot of best parts, but you would own all the marketing assets, you would own the payment processor, you'd own the tech stack, you'd own all of that, so the creator could never run off with anything, which I'm sure we're gonna answer. I think I saw a question in my inbox here on deal structures and how that works, but we won't get into that yet. Let's keep it simple. What you're doing as an offer publisher, again, is connecting with those creators, architecting an idea for them, and then launching to their list. And then also, after we launch their organic audience, what we'll do is we'll outsource the stuff to scale the offer, so hiring a media buyer, all of that. We'll outsource it to somebody who will only work on performance, and then we'll just give them a cut of our profit. So then the offer scales, then you would move on to the next one, and then eventually, you could be adding a new digital passive offer to your portfolio every 90 days, meaning every year you have 4 offers in 4 different markets stacking up, making you money. That's the ultimate goal. That's what Mark did, that's what I'm doing, and that's what we're gonna show you how to do too. So that is what it looks like to be an offer publisher, your roles, your responsibilities. Hopefully that answers your questions, Colton, and everyone else watching. And with that being said, let's get into the next one.